LL. 442 to 460. Then God's enemy began to make him ready, equipped in war gear, with a wily heart. He set his helm of darkness on high his head, bound it full hard, and fastened it with clasps. Many a crafty speech he knew, many a crooked word. Upward he beat his way and darted through the doors of hell. He had a ruthless art. Evil of purpose he circled in the air, cleaving the flame with fiendish craft. He would fain ensnare God's servants unto sin, seduce them and deceive them that they might be displeasing to the Lord. With fiendish craft he took his way until he came an Adam upon earth, the finished handiwork of God, full wisely wrought, and his wife beside him, loveliest of women, performing many a goodly service since the Lord of men appointed them his ministers. LL. 460 to 477. And by them stood two trees laden with fruit and clothed with increase. Almighty God, High King of heaven, had set them there that the mortal sons of men might choose of good and evil, weal and woe. Unlike was their fruit. Of the one tree the fruit was pleasant, fair and winsome, excellent and sweet. That was the tree of life. He might live forever in the world. Woe ate of that fruit, so that old age pressed not heavily upon him, nor grievous sickness, but he might live his life in happiness forever, and have the favor of the King of heaven here on earth. And glory was ordained for him in heaven, when he went hence. LL. 478 to 495. The other tree was dark, sunless, and full of shadows, that was the tree of death. Bitter the fruit it bore. And every man must know both good and evil, in this world abased needs must suffer, in sweat and sorrow, who tasted of that fruit that grew upon that tree. Old age would rob him of his strength and joy and honor, and death take hold upon him. A little time might he enjoy this life, and then seek out the murky realm of flame, and be subject unto fiends. There of all perils are the worst for men forever. And that the evil one knew well, the wily herald of the fiend who fought with God. He took the form of a serpent, coiled round the tree of death by devil's craft, and plucked the fruit, and turned aside again where he beheld the handiwork of the King of heaven. And the evil one in lying words began to question him. LL. 496 to 506. Hast thou any longing, Adam, unto God? His service brings me hither from afar. Not long since I was sitting at his side. He sent me forth upon this journey to bid thee eat these fruit. He said thy strength and power would increase, thy mind be mightier, more beautiful thy body, and thy form more fair. He said thou wouldest lack no good thing on the earth when thou hast won the favor of the King of heaven, served thy Lord with gladness, and deserved his love. LL. 507 to 521. In the heavenly light I heard him speaking of thy life, praising thy words and works. Needs must thou do his speeding which his messengers proclaim on earth. Broad stretching air the green plains of the world, and from the highest realms of heaven God ruleth all things here below. The Lord of men will not himself endure the hardship to go upon this journey, but sendeth his ministers to speak with thee. He sendeth tidings unto thee to teach thee wisdom. Do his will with gladness. Taketh these fruit in thy hand, taste and eat. Thy heart shall grow more roomy and thy form more fair. Almighty God, thy Lord, sendeth these help from heaven. LL. 522 to 546. And Adam, first of men, answered where he stood on earth, when I heard the Lord, my God, speaking with a mighty voice, he bade me dwell here keeping his commandments, gave Methes woman, this lovely maid, bade me take heed and be not tempted to the tree of death and utterly beguiled, and said they who taketh to his heart one whit of evil shall dwell in blackest hell. Though thou art come with lies and secret wiles, I know not that thou art an angel of the Lord from heaven. Lo, I cannot understand thy precepts, thy words or ways, thy errand or thy sayings. I know what things our Lord commanded when I beheld him nigh at hand. He bade me heed his word, observe it well, and keep his precepts. Thou art not like to any of his angels that ever I have seen, nor hast thou showed me any token that my Lord hath sent of grace and favor. Therefore I cannot hearken to thy teachings. Get thee hence. I have my faith set firm upon Almighty God, who with his own hands wrought me. From his high throne he giveth all good things, and needeth not to send his ministers.